Hello, I'm the Chill Pirate Roberts, and welcome back to Shadowbringers. So, we have some time has passed since the last time that I actually recorded any Final Fantasy, because I know that we've been kind of on an Oblivion kick, playing a lot of that, but just for the sake of, like, you know, varying a little bit, we're just going to come back and do a little bit of stuff here and keep working on the story. I will say that Shadowbringers has been, I think, my favorite expansion since, like, Heaven's Word, and honestly, it's been nice because I got really burnt out with Stormblood. It is probably, or Stormblood just is my least favorite expansion I've played so far, and that includes Realm Reborn, to be honest. But that's fine, you know. What are we doing? I think, are we... Oh, I see. We're supposed to use a rope on a weakened one and not just kill it. Got you. And... did that not... There we go. And right now I'm just doing the bits that reward us with the ether currents, so we can fly in here sooner rather than later. It's definitely a better system than WoW used to have before they introduced dragon flying or dragon riding, but, like, man, it gets really old going from being able to move really quickly to having to move really slow. And, like, I'm pretty sure I've probably talked about that before, but, you know. It's just small quality of life things that I think aren't really that big of a deal if they just allowed flying, or at least, like, faster ground speeds before you unlock flying. Okay, welcome back, little one. Did you succeed in binding a Cubus? I did. Here you go. Just put them in a bag for you. You've done well. Allow me to siphon its energies and prepare a matrix for you. Should only take a moment. Here you are, a creation matrix that you may use to generate your own robes. The concept is inscribed upon the crystal, which has been infused with the ether of the beast you brought me. Why are you looking at me as though you don't know how to channel the powers of creation? Because I don't. It's as natural as breathing. Even to a newborn babe has the instinct. Even if your potential is lacking as one of our people, you must surely know what to do. I don't, but... and it's like, I don't even look like one of your people, unless you guys just maybe view me differently than how I appear, maybe, but... So, I believe we're here because Emmett has the X-Arc. And in order to prevent a apocalypse of sorts, the X-Arc has the intention of sacrificing himself. But that's about all that I'm aware that's happening right now, as far as, like, what's going on. I don't remember what the exact terms of, like, the apocalypse and stuff is, but... okay, as your residency was approved by Emmett Selk himself, further forms of identification will not be required. Here are your application documents. Submit them at the Bureau of the Secretariat, and then the clerk will issue you with a visitor's writ for the capital. Are we just, like, checking in? I started playing Valorant, so I don't really know how that's going yet. I'm new, so I'm definitely, like, not good at the game. But I just kind of got tired of Overwatch. Like, I tried out the new stadium mode and everything, and it's just... I think I've spent so much time playing that game that I just have reached a level of burnout. Because, I mean, I've played it since, like, 2016 when it came out, and I absolutely loved Overwatch the entire time, but I just think that I eventually got to a point where it's just been too much over the years, and I just have not been happy since they moved to 5v5. I know that's not a popular opinion, of course. I think there's a lot of people who are upset about the move from 6v6 to 5v5. And of course, there was like a little bit of like a learning transition or a learning curve to the new ways in which the game functions at its core. However, I just feel like it's not as fun as it used to be. Even though like the adding of the perks was cool, Freya's really nice. Like, oh, hello. Oh, you just want to see. That's fine. You, I think, are from a time beyond ours. Have you followed in the wake of Emmett Selk? I'm starting to get a little Nay, there's no cause for alarm. I am simply a shade, here and not here. I am starting to question some things about like our character's like origin, but I don't really want to like... I don't know, I don't want to jump to conclusions, but I'm thinking that we are an Ascian ourselves. I know only that my name is Hythlodius, I think, and that this city is a recreation, a phantom moment plucked from the well of history. These others seem unaware of their pale existence, but I wonder if Emmett Selk's mind was distracted when it came to my reconstitution. A stray thought would have been enough. Hythlodius will realize the truth. For example, we were close friends once, you see. Yet, in spite of my perception, I play the same role as all the rest. A bit part, meant to bring color and noise to this well-crafted stage. Too much scrutiny, and we shall burst like the fragile bubbles that we are. Thus, I tell you again, my presence is not to concern you. I wish only to share your company whilst we wait. Yeah, I mean, that's fine, dude. Like, we're basically in this world's version of the DMV, I guess. If you've come this far, then you know of the catastrophe which awaits us on our morrow. I think, is that what the final days, what began as an isolated incident, soon swelled into a world-spanning threat. The Convocation of 14, well, it was 13 at the time, endeavored to create a will for our star. They would repair the fundamental laws of order and halt the spread of destruction. But creation on such a scale required an immense source of power. Of those of us who still lived, nearly half offered up their lives in the name of salvation. And from their sacrifice, Zodiark was born. Just as we had hoped, he reached forth and halted the march of oblivion. Yet, oh how the star had suffered. So many species lost. The land was blighted, the waters poisoned, and even the wind had ceased to blow. Once more did our people give themselves to Zodiark. Another half of our race sacrificed to clean the world, to ensure that trees and grasses and myriad tiny lives would sprout and grow and flourish. The cycle of life had begun anew, and we reconsidered the means by which we might protect it. The Convocation decided thus. We would nurture our world until it was bursting with vitality. Then, when the time was right, we would offer some portion of its living energy to Zodiark. In return, he would restore to us those brethren whose souls had fed his strength, and together we would resume our roles as stewards. There were, however, those who disagreed with this plan. They argued that enough had been sacrificed to Zodiark, that this new world should belong to the lives of the newly born. These dissidents surrendered their life to energies in the creation of Hydaelyn, an incarnation of their opposing belief. And for the first time in history, our people stood divided, you know. Then, how this conflict ended? Yeah. Because we kind of covered all of that with the murals and what Emmett had already told us before. Emmett Selk has ever been a champion for the will of Zodiark. The original plan may have been set back by millennia, but he will not have abandoned his course. He will pay the price for our return by whatever means necessary. And though he may carry himself with certain glib ease, Emmett Selk is not a man to bear his burdens lightly. In fact, I imagine they have only grown heavier with every passing century. I actually really don't like the weird metallic, voice they decided to use for those guys. Tis truly a terrible weight he has chosen to carry. Yep, that's it's been fun, my dude, but I'm gonna head up, you know. I'm not gonna let you keep me, it's fine. Yeah. You can see, he can see, Ardbert. Forgot his name. It's fine. Yeah, and that's another thing that I thought, based on the conversation that we had with the bird, that I can't remember the name of. Ardbert and our character are the same person. Or at least they were at one point, which is what he's confirming now. Okay, off we go. So we're allowed to enter now. Okay, I don't remember what it was that I was saying before we got in there. It was something about Overwatch, I think. But the new hero talents are cool, and arena mode is okay, it's fun, and I like the how they kind of repurposed the perk trees they were going to use for a single player mode into arena. And that's cool, but it's still just... I can't quite place it. I think I've just kind of like moved on, and that's okay. But I am really liking Valorant, so I think I'm going to try to kind of get into that, spend some time playing it. I'm probably not going to record any of it because, oh my god, I'm terrible at that game. But it's really fun, just kind of as like just something else to kind of keep on rotation, I think. Finally, you were gone so long, I was on the verge of mounting a rescue party. How fared you in your bureaucratic ventures? Ah, I see my instincts were correct. And a good thing, too. Ariane and I await our chances of breaking into the capital, and an official entrance is by far the more attractive option. The capital boasts not a single armed sentry. 'Twould seem that in their time they did not deem it needful to post guards. I am just going to take a moment to say that I hate that the dialogue was updated for everybody except for Ariane. I cannot stand the way that he speaks. And you know what? Maybe a hot take. I don't know, but there it is. The windows and doors, however, appear heavily warded. Though mightily did we strive, with strength mundane and magical, we failed to budge them even a fraction of one elm. Mayhaps 'twas simply the case that Emmett Selk's recreation did not extend to their usual function. We didn't try everything, of course, but we thought it best to conserve our time and energy for more pressing matters. Speaking of which, Ryan and I tried asking about a cure for you. The problem is, these ancients didn't exist beyond Amarats today. They will happily tell their own tales, but whenever we attempted to explain our situation, the conversation quickly became muddled. What of you, Gaina? Was aught worthy of interest said during your efforts to obtain a writ? Yes, actually. A great sacrifice of life in exchange for the Brethren's resurrection, and you say all the Ascian scheming has been leading to this. Yeah, I mean, it's really hard to, like, all this time, but if they still mean to enact this plan, then things won't end with the rejoining. I thought we knew their intentions in full, restore the world to its former glory, and in turn empower Zodiark to reclaim his throne as the will from the star. Yet that was merely one step along the way. I hesitate to put into words, but we have to assume that following the final rejoining, the Ascians mean to draw on the lives of the Source to make their sacrifice to Zodiark. That does seem the most likely scenario. Mayhap those who ally with the Ascians would be spared that fate. But what value is there in surviving when all our history, all our struggles will be erased? I cannot conscience such an act. Of course not, and that's to say not of what Emmett Selk plans for the Exarch's power. Do we stand by and let him threaten our future as well as our past? We need to find him, Gaina, and when we do, make your mark. Change the course of history in a way that's felt by those who came before and those who come after, by everyone you've ever met. Change things so that even my other self, dying somewhere in that future calamity, will smile and say, I knew you would win. Is fighting Emmett the only way? It really does, yeah. Pretty much, I think. He created an entire city. It will take everything we have to defeat him, if we even can. And if you push that hard in your current state, the light will break free. Because we still haven't figured out what's going on with, like, all of the, like, Light Warden stuff that we've been kind of absorbing this whole time. The decision to press on lies with you, just as it lies with each and every one of us. Do you remember that talk we had atop the tower in Mordsuk? I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but sure. I'm still of the same mind now that I was then. I don't abandon you. You don't abandon me. And together we make a difference in this fight. There's always hope if we look for it. I saw it again and again as you tore through those veils of light from the sky. If we keep taking that next step forward, there's a chance we'll find a way to save you. So no matter how long it takes or how much it hurts, you can count on me to keep on walking. Vothru spoke of the disaster we would bring upon our own heads, the ceaseless conflict. Imagine how he would sneer to see what's become of the first, not to mention your perilous predicament. And yet who can deny the fire your deeds have ignited in people's hearts? You've achieved what my logic and ideals never could, uniting desperate peoples under the banner of hope and common purpose. Without you, that giant Talos would never have raised its head. I have borne witness to many such miracles at your side and would do so again. But this is another obstacle in the road. So come, let us travel it, drag me through wonder and danger as you are wont to do, and I shall endeavor not to slow you down. Is this everyone just giving us like their little hype speech or whatever? When Menphilia entrusted me with this power, she warned me that no matter how strong you become, you can still fall victim to despair. You can still feel powerless. And she was right. After you collapsed on Mount Gulg, my hands wouldn't stop shaking. If I made a mistake, if I failed to bind the light within you, I was terrified you would die. Even now, you could be moments from turning, and I wouldn't know how to save you. You, Thancred, the others, you've all been there when I needed help. Menphilia surrendered her life to me, her legacy. I should be ready to do the same for you, and I want to, I do, but I'm not good enough. She told me to follow your example, and I've tried. I've really tried. I shouldn't? Well, yeah, you shouldn't just, like, mope around about it. Like, just gotta keep going. Which I guess is, like, just some good life advice. Like, just gotta keep pressing on. Because eventually things will work out. Maybe not in the way you think they will, but we must all keep looking forward like the heroes who never gave up hope for this world. I'm not sure who you... Actually, never mind. I think the answer might be different for all of us. No, nothing will come of brooding here in self-pity. I've made my decision. I'm going with you. Welcome to the capital. All visitors must present an official writ of permission before admittance will be granted. Your documents appear to be in order. You may proceed to the capital, but any guest you may choose to bring with you must remain in your vicinity at all times.
This really is unacceptable. I gave you very specific instructions.
Emmett Sulk.
My invitation was for an abomination, ripe with the power to bring about the world's annihilation. Not this half-broken thing. Whatever am I to do with you? And I see you insist on keeping the same familiar company. Are you so lost without them?
It is not she who is lost without the familiar. Not content with remaking an entire city, you aim to fill it with the reconstituted souls of the dead.
I may have gotten a little carried away in my attention to detail, added a few unnecessary flourishes. Well, there's no point trying to hide it. Yes. Once the rejoining of worlds is complete, Zodiac will regain his full strength and shatter his prison. Then we we shall offer up the Source's remaining inhabitants in sacrifice, that we might resurrect our brethren who died to bring Zodiac into existence. But what was it that you came here to do exactly?
Came here to stop you.
Did you know?
Yeah.
One last do-or-die attempt to foil my plans before your mind dissolves into madness? How very, very heroic of you. In every single age, there is always someone who wants to stand up to the evil Ascians. Always the same arrogance, the same insistence that the world belongs to them, as if theirs were the only rightful claim, theirs the only existence worthy of preservation. Even now, after everything, you refuse to see reason. You think it unfair that you are subject to suffering? That your lives will be sacrificed for the ancients? Look at me! I have lived 1,000 of your lives. I have broken bread with you, fought with you, grown ill, grown old, sired children, and yes, welcomed death's sweet embrace. For eons have I measured your worth and found you wanting. Too weak and feeble-minded to serve as stewards of any star. Have your recent spats with Vorthri and his Sin Eaters taught you nothing? Have you not learned that your ignorance and frailty beget only endless misery? How long do you mean to perpetuate this farce? How much more must I endure your bumbling interference? Let us imagine that the laws of reality are again undone and the world faces true annihilation. Do you honestly believe that half your number would sacrifice themselves to save the other? Of course they wouldn't! And if you had witnessed history unfold as I have, you would reach the same conclusion. You cannot be entrusted with our legacy. I will bring back our brethren, our friends, our loved ones. The world belongs to us and us alone.
Emmett Selk! We understand, truly, but it makes no difference. The ones you love are in the past, while ours are here in the present. One day, we too will be ashes and dust, but not today. Our time is not yet finished. We share your conviction, and that is why we will not abandon our course.
You think us the same? You think your tattered soul of equal worth to those I lost? Then come. Earn your place. Prove yourselves worthy to inherit this star.
Do not spend too much time on your preparations. There's no telling how much longer the guest of honor will last.
So I think... So I think we can buy the... We can buy the level 80 gear now that we're kind of in between Shadowbringers and Endwalker, but I definitely do not have enough for that. So we're gonna hope that what I have equipped right now is gonna be good enough. So let's see here. Is this a... Yeah. Okay, and we're back. It was a 1 hour queue for that dungeon, so I just ran it unsynced with some people just because I'm not waiting in queue for an hour.
Well, well, you prevailed. Nevertheless,
Your performance was underwhelming, and I remain unconvinced of your worthiness. Oh, you tower of your misbegotten ilk, no doubt. But should I bring my full strength to bear, well, you would be as leaves in the wind.
Honestly, dude, let's just go.
The gulf between us is a reflection of the disparity between the world as it was and what it has become.
Yeah, Alizé's got the right idea. Stab first and ask questions never.
Our worlds may not live up to your lofty standards, but they are our worlds, our homes, full of life and love and hope. And we won't stand by and let you destroy them!
Alizé!
You are a mistake. For we who have known perfection, the shattered source and these shards are ghastly mockeries of the true world. The ephemeral lives you exalt are pale imitations, utterly devoid of meaning.
Belittle us all you like, but we will rise again and again, and give the lie to your insults through word and deed. We define our worth, not the circumstances of our creation.
More prattle.
It'd be crazy if they just like killed off Alphino and LSA in this cutscene. But yeah, I don't think anyone dies in this game. There's been like
Who are you? No one, nothing.
one actual death in Heaven's Word, and that's basically
Once
it.
I have reclaimed my heritage, my first act will be to expunge your stain from history's weave. My world will have no need for heroes. Still fighting the good fight.
It is true that all we hold dear is fated to fade away. But that is no reason for us to forsake it.
To take what steps we may, and thus mark the road for those who would follow. To strive for the best of all futures. Be this not also thy purpose?
Do not presume to speak of my future.
And you? Why waste your final moments in futile defiance? Weary wanderer, you've no fight left to fight, no life left to live. You see, the light will not be denied.
Surrender to your fate, and let the transformation take you. Rise up in madness and fury. Devour the vermin infesting the land which is rightfully ours.
Fight it. You have to hold on.
If you had the strength to take another step, could you do it? Could you save our worlds?
I mean, I'm gonna fucking try.
Take it. We fight as one. This world is not yours to end. This is our future. Our story. No, it can't be.
That trick of the light. You are a broken husk, nothing more. How can you hope to stand against me alone?
We stand together!
I completely forgot that we were here for the Crystal Exarch to begin with.
How... I'm surprised you can stand at all.
I could not well leave matters half finished. Let expanse contract, eon become instant. Champions from beyond the rift, heed my call!
Damn you all! Very well. Let us proceed to your final judgment. The victor shall write the tale, and the vanquished become its villain. But come, let us cast aside titles and pretense, and reveal our true faces to one another. Hades, he who shall awaken our brethren from their dark slumber.
Okay, I guess we'll see if the Dying Gasp takes an hour to get into.
Show your vaunted strength, and I shall expose the lie of your fragmented existence.
Yeah, so queue times were a little bit longer than I wanted to put up with, so we're just gonna unsync it and call it a day. I think it's because the new content update launched today, so everyone's just kind of doing all of that stuff. It's like I have no idea what the mechanics are, but I guess it doesn't really matter too much. I will say the lead up to this has been like pretty hype, honestly.
I am stifled by this vessel of flesh!
Oh, one of these, I guess. Oh, did Hydeland finally do some shit? Like... Okay, so that one had a really long queue time, so we just unsynced that as well. I'll eventually want to do the fight normally. It's just, you know, I'm not trying to spend an hour waiting as a tank just because, like, I think it's just the new content update that launched today. I don't know which one it is, but something to do with a bunch of new stuff, like following up Cosmic Exploration and, like, the relic weapons and stuff like that for Dawn Trail.
Should I submit this fight? What will become of it all? What will become of our dreams?
Suddenly fan cred.
Remember. Remember us. Remember that we once lived.
It's over. Emet-Selch is no more.
More importantly, how do you fare?
Like, I think we expelled all the light. We should be fine.
What dost thou see?
Ether. It is as it used to be. As a disciple of Zodiac, the Ascian was the darkness to your light. I can but assume that when you set your strength against his, the light within you was spent.
No, it's more than that. Under the strain of that incredible flood of ether, your soul had begun to break apart, yet now it seems somehow restored. I tried to help you before the battle, but Emmett Selk stopped me. So, how did you... exactly what did you... Can you tell us what happened?
Our boy Ardbert. He's honestly one of my favorite characters, to be completely honest. But I mean, it like honestly seems like it's good for him because he can finally like pass on, like, you know, pass on and hopefully reunite with his friends.
Where to start? I believe I owe you all an apology, and you most especially.
Yeah, we can do this back home, honestly. We don't really have to have all of this, like, here. Everyone's probably pretty wiped
No
out.
arguments here.
Yeah, so far Shadowbringers has been, like, peak. And I'm hoping that Endwalker is... I hope Endwalker is really good, because I've heard very mixed reviews on, like, Dawn Trail. So, you know, but not all of them, like, are gonna be, like, hits. Which is fine.
So, those mad souls dove straight into the ocean over there, did they?
All I could see from here was the whale, Master Chai.
'Twas surely Alphino and those friends of his. They did something heroic, mark my words. You need only look up there for proof of that.
As you say, my love. They're sure to be back, any moment now. Any moment.
They are coming back, aren't they? I couldn't bear the thought of...
They're there, dear. Everything will be all right. There, look! Over there, over the beach!
Ho there! Greetings!
You all right?
Welcome back!
didn't think we'd be swimming the whole way back.
Oh, yeah, because Alphino, like...
Heavens, take me.
Just isn't great at
Alphino.
swimming.
Oh, hells.
Wait! Where's Urianger?
He must have fallen behind.
But shouldn't we look for him?
No, he'll be fine.
He'll wash up sooner or later.
For the love of Alphino!
Welcome back, dear ones!
And thus did salvation come to the first. The lamps of Amarot will fade along with Emet-Selch's enchantments, and the depths shall be as once they were.
So, since we've taken care of Emet-Selch, that just leaves, at the moment, the Empire.
Mount Gulg will one day fall, and the Talos below yield to wind and rain.
Like back in like our home world. And then whatever's going on with Xenos, like...
This tale too will fade with time, passing into legend as the world heals and moves on.
I'm still confused on what's going on there, because we killed him and then his body was being possessed by an Ascian who we don't know yet, I don't think. And turns out his consciousness is still alive and just in another body and trying to get his original body back. So I'm just... It's not clear what's going on there, but
nevertheless,
I'm assuming that's probably going to be a central part of Endwalker, I would imagine. Is finding out who this other Ascian is and why Xenos has like immortality. But I do think we will probably just record our way through Endwalker.
Obeys the cycle, as death and decay gives way to new life.
Because, like, I don't know. I really enjoy this game in general. It's fun to play, and the story, I think, is, like, it's good. And, like, I don't know. It's fun to record.
So too do the memories we share inspire others to rise to greatness.
I just hope the queue times get better so I can actually, like...
For we who walk before may lead those who walk after.
Do the dungeons and trials normally.
Your road goes ever on, as does your story, as does your legacy. Such is the hero's lot, to touch the lives of countless others.
Excuse me? You're the Warrior of Darkness, aren't you? Where are you from, really? And how did you get to be so strong?
Yeah, that was fire. Shadowbringers is so much better than like Stormblood was. Oh my god. And like my main issues with Stormblood was like literally just how bad the pacing was. Like the entirety of the time we spent with the pirates was pointless. The entirety of the time we spent with the turtle people or whatever, like underwater, completely pointless to the main story. And it just like they told what's her name's story in just a terrible way, I think. What was her name? Hold on. Yotsuyu. My issue with Yotsuyu is that, like, you know, when you complete, like, the Stormblood, like, the main story, we have no backstory for her character, like, whatsoever. And it just doesn't make sense why we would feel sympathetic towards her whatsoever. And then they started kind of drip feeding that in the content that came after the main campaign, and it really should have been there because, like, the thing is it was really hard to care about her as a villain for like the main story just because like there was nothing there to sympathize with. Like she was just a psychopath, and it's like it just was not, it wasn't well done at all, and the pacing was really bad, and just I don't know. It really felt like a lot of the content, like after the main campaign, before Shadowbringers, especially like the trial where we fight her, like the trial was excellent and all of that was great. And like that ending with Gosetsu and Yotsuyu, like was great. The problem is that like all of that should have been in the main game, I feel like, and they could have removed a lot of the other stuff that was just inconsequential to the main story and filled in more context about her life, and it would have made the expansion so much better. But yeah. But yeah, we're gonna leave this one here. We will continue on, and then I'm gonna be recording our way through Endwalker, and this is gonna be mixed in with like the Oblivion stuff that we're doing, and I'm just gonna record other random stuff that I enjoy playing, and yeah. So if you guys enjoy being here, enjoy the content, anything like that, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. It helps out a lot. And then just leave a comment. Let me know what you think, whether you want to see more Final Fantasy, if there's other things that you might want to experience. I've been thinking about playing Mista Pandaria remix, or not remix, but like classic whenever that releases. I think it releases in July. So another like month or so from now at least. But at the end of the day, like, you know, if there's anything specific you guys want to see or anything you don't want to see, like, just let me know. You know, I try to read the comments, take that feedback into consideration. But otherwise, I will see you in the next video.